I took a lot of pictures after the storm. The first impressions you got coming back was that you were walking into a nuclear war zone. To me, it was hard. There's no birds. You know, everything was mold and everything stunk. When I go back over there, it looks different, but I know the vibrations of that house. No matter what I do, I still feel the water coming in. I feel my house thumping and bumping and things swirling around. And I really mourn my house. It died. It drowned in Katrina. Started out by having a coffee cup and a spoon. And I went in there digging, you know, trying to, a little bit at a time, see what was in the bottom of the muck, you know. This sucks. I hate being in here. So I haven't, this is the last thing I have, oh my God, to go through and throw away. I had to dump the water out and just kind of let it settle. Oh, this is a little lacy umbrella, a little lady lacy. We had the lacy, white lacy gloves and all. We go to it for April to dress up. The windows are broken, but the vines are taking over. The outside's coming in. And I don't like being down the hallway either, because the water was coming down the hallway and everything just started floating up and getting gushy. The refrigerator was here. It came out and blocked my way. Coffee cup at a time into a bucket, and then the bucket into a wheelbarrow, dump it out on the street. I was steadily digging my way back into my house. I was still really weak and messed up from the storm and sick, and I just walking with a cane, you know, barely able to get up and down. I mean, my physical as well as my emotional self was really, really hurt by what Katrina did. I have not rebuilt. I have not healed emotionally or physically. I have not succeeded in going back to where I was financially after the storm. I dropped a lot of notches down the poverty level here. I have not my independence. I have not my peace of mind. I have not a secure future. Everybody lost everything down here. Unless you left with it with you, it's gone. I know that my job that I had is never going to come back. My husband lost his business. There's not work to go back to.
I paint cars. If you look at my hands, how they split and cracking up from the paint and the lack of thinner.
He used to have his own body shop before the storm, but the storm killed it.
How did you lose your business?
The storm got it.
It just wrecked it?
He said that everything he worked for was destroyed. And for him,
I think he has to go back and build it back so that it's not destroyed. It was just messed up.
We're going to get the flood insurance. If it happens again while I'm still alive, take the insurance money and get the hell out of here. I love St. Bernard. You know, my friends are here. My work is right around here. It's just, I don't want to go through all this again. I don't think I'm ever going to get to finish my cars, my truck I'm trying to do now. I got all this to do. I'm not going to live long enough to finish all of that. I don't have nothing against the house. I love the house. I love the garage. It's the neighborhood. Huh?
How come you don't like it?
The color, they're so bad.
It's like, oh, you're on Garrow with the black community.
Over the past 15 years or so, property values had dropped and some nice homes were available to buy or rent.
A couple of black folks did get in and buy houses, so I was white flight like geese, you know, all flying on the flamingos, something all taking off at the same time. Everybody put their houses up. And I had just bought my house, and then everybody started moving away, and I'm like, whoa, what did I do? No, it's not you, kid. Well, love you. See you later.
There were white folks who had lived their whole lives there. Many were prejudiced and filled with hate over our developing changes. The neighborhood got a reputation as a blighted, drug-infested, low-class area. But many good, hard-working Christians were raising their families in formerly all-white-owned housing. We spoke and exchanged pleasantries about my garden. We wished each other good night in the evenings. I always got along with my neighbors.
What?
Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Look and see what's,
God, it's cool. Your cookies, ground meat and red sauce.
I'm cooking Hungarian goulash.
Hungarian goulash does not have red gravy.
You shut your face.
You have jambalaya seasoning in there. You can sprinkle some of that in it.
I have plantar fasciitis. It's a nerve-type damage to your feet, which I was given by Katrina.
It just hurts. This is not the strong me that I want people to see.
I love my mother. She's everything to me. She comes first. And you only get one mom. The fact that I thought my mother was dead. That changed everything. Everything. Nothing mattered. I lost my mother for a period of 2 days. She was dead to me for 2 days. And that changed everything. I will never take my mother for granted again. She's here. She's living. I'm going to do what I have to do. And if that means that I don't go to college, if that means that I live home with her until she passes away, so be it.
I'm pretty sure this is where I was.
This is safe.
Yeah?
You're surrounded by safeness. Nothing can harm you here.
I want to go down.
You want to go down now?
I love you, Mama. I really decided to write the story. The little things get lost in the telling. And I think it's important, you know, to not forget how intense it really was to keep the reality. I let my daughter leave with her then boyfriend, fiance, and my husband wound up leaving with his oldest son. I blew out the candle in the bathroom and put out my cigarette. The water was not salty anymore. It was stinky, like it was full of gas. I was pushing plastic bowls away and trying to climb over the fridge. I was in the fight of my life. The wind was howling and hurling things straight into the front of the house. He shuts this out. He won't hear this, he won't read this. You know, once or twice he's heard me talk about it a little bit, and he's like, "You're stupid, you should have left. You see, you wouldn't have went through that. You still have your dogs, and you still have your blazer," and, you know, and I'm like, I was moved to stay. I really think that I was supposed to go through that, and whatever my life's plan is, I'll listen to my instinct. I'll listen to the little voices in my head. Thank God I'm not schizophrenic, because I wouldn't be able to tell the difference between inspiration and insanity.
Paints, anything like that, they go on the end. That goes in one pile. All your appliances go in another pile, and then all your trash goes in a separate pile. Keepsakes. You find any little jewelry or mementos that this family might like, put it in a separate pile in baskets or buckets, whatever you find inside. If you find a trophy, put it away. You know? They're keepsakes. When we find these people, we want them to have what little we pulled out of here, we want them to have that back. We have virtually no budget whatsoever. We survive by the kindness of the neighborhood. No running water, and we have no electricity, but we survive.
Just them being here has given this parish, and my child in particular, an example of how to be something other than what they were. It's opened doors to them. These are all college kids and educated people coming down here getting filthy, freaking dirty for free to come and help us.
How'd that make you feel?
Joyous. I'm unworthy of what I've received. I'm one of the tiny little specks in that giant cosmos that I saw the night after the storm. And God has allowed me to have all these good things. So I guess he's keeping me around so I can do whatever work he has, and he's making sure I have enough tools to do it with.
Please, at the end of the day, if you take a tool, bring it back.
Mike was the first one to ask me to tell my story. He asked if I could come over by their camp and just talk to the other people I had come down to volunteer, to give them a sense of why they were here. And I'm like, okay, well, maybe I can give something back. Maybe I have something to share that'll help other people. All night long, the wind, it was blowing really hard into the side of the house. It was so intense. It was so strong when it switched. I was pushing against the glass storm door, trying to get out, and I couldn't get out, you know? And the water had pulled the shoes off my feet, and the bottom of my foot was cut. And I sat down for a minute, and I sat on my bed, and I smoked a cigarette, and I said, okay, let me think about this. What am I going to do? You know, and I prayed on it. I really did. I had a little conversation, you know, okay, God, it's going to get interesting. Guide me through, and you know, and help me decide what's the best things to do here. The water was like this high, and I had to, and the wind was blowing straight against the house. Then I heard the edge of the house, the wood start breaking. And I'm like, okay, I hear you. Time to get on the roof. You know, you really want me on the roof? I'm going on the roof. And I was steady having this conversation between me and God out loud in my mind, just something to where I could stay focused. I wasn't going to leave my 200 fish, 8 turtles cockatiel, squirrel, and 6 dogs. So that's really why I stayed. Suzu. And then I'm sitting there and I keep banging on the roof. Come on, come on. Whoa, Weenie, Sandy, come on. Come on, come to mama, come to mama. Up comes a chihuahua out the hole in the roof. And she came to me and I'm holding her and I'm, come on, here baby, stay with me, stay with me. And I'm holding it, I'm rocked, and I'm, all right, Sandy, all right. Everything was welcome on the roof with me except rats. I had little toads up there and roaches and spiders and green lizards and, everything. Everybody was trying to make it up. We do a sound off in the neighborhood. Somebody in the front would start hollering 1, and then you'd hear 2, 3, 4, 5. Everybody kind of counting off. So there was about 20 of us in that little area. And they're like, hey, little mama, you all right? I'm got it, boys, it's cool, So it wasn't like I was alone. There's nothing that you can think of that wasn't skimming across the top of the water, Kids' toys and lawn chairs and somebody's storage shed, But at a certain time during the night, all the electricity went out all at one time in the parish, and you could tell it was like somebody threw a main breaker. The sky was so beautiful. There was no lights anywhere. The electricity was off everywhere. And when you looked up at the sky, there was millions and millions and millions and millions of stars. And it was like a little haze around the cosmos, And I'm laying in a little boat and I'm just looking up and I'm like, I'm one teeny, tiny part of all of this. And all of this is here all the time. But man has made it to where I can't see it all the time. Thank you, God, for showing me my tiny little part in this vast universe. Let us see what we shall get. No carp, okay. So the fireplace is how we stayed warm all winter. I scavenged bunches of logs and brought them home and learned how to use a chainsaw. That was interesting.
Coming in the evening, I'll see people with cars, like Cadillacs and, really nice cars, and their trunks open and they're chunking of wood in the back. So, yeah, I think instead of just having to go to the dump, I think it's a good way to recycle some more of what the hurricanes left behind.
I've managed to rebuild my life by scavenging. If they don't want it, I'll pick it up and we'll recycle it.
I don't wear a fuck on my foot. Come on, you can go in. I'm rescuing you.
My fake plants fell over in last night's wind, but they're easy to fix.
I think I need a crowded life. I'm not a materialist, but I don't know, I'm coming to new places. There's emptiness. I don't know if it's lost for the storm or April's going to graduate and wants to go away to college, or I'm collecting more than I need. This house we bought with the money that was left after my father-in-law passed away. This is the new house. This is the step up. This is the get away from all of the bad stuff that happened.
trash piles is all the stuff that I've actually decided to throw away. Major ordeal, and I'm actually trying to come here, you know.
These are my beautiful fake flowers. So when I first came back, I scavenged fake flowers from everywhere. I thought that was just something that was cool to do. And I was like, nothing's going to grow after the storm. Everything's dead. So all the way around the house, I had stuck the fake flowers in, and I had a beautiful fake garden. And when the lady at the other house said, oh, you're going to get Garden of the Month. I said, only for fake Garden of the Month. So now that the other people have come back and they have the money to put in their beautiful new, bought grass and bought plants and put them in there and all that, they're like, ew, her house is so nasty. They're having a hissy fit about the El Camino because the grass is getting kind of tall around it, but it stayed covered, and I had the cinder blocks holding it, the plastic down, so that hasn't really been a problem. They're having a fit because the fence is tied together with yellow string. Yes, for now, I move the fence around every now and then.
This makes me so sick. Like,
Well, it's
we come
horrible.
over here to better ourselves, and then she thinks she's higher than us because,
Where we've lived before.
yeah, because where we lived
You can't-
before,
you
we're a
can't.
lower-class person.
We don't live in a low-class neighborhood with black people anymore. We're in a better neighborhood now. We have to conduct ourselves differently. Everybody wants their life back. They don't want new neighbors. They don't want changes. They don't want a different garden or different sounds. Everybody wants their life back, and nobody can have their life back. It's never, ever going to be the same.
Notice an order of involuntary demolition. No repair, rehabilitation, reconstruction, or maintenance activity is apparent at this address. This property appears to be abandoned. This structure has been identified and declared by the St. Bernard Parish government to be a public health and safety hazard, and involuntary demolition ordered. Huh.
This house will get gutted, and then the nails will get pulled, the wires will get stripped, it'll get cleaned. It's to the point now where, like, it could get knocked over any time if it's not gutted. Somebody
If
could
it
show
is
up.
gutted, it'll be saved.
Yeah.
Point,
We're at
folks,
the
you
point
got
now,
this-
like
you got
any
this
house
house,
gutted.
you might save it,
Yeah. No, you will.
You will save it
Yeah.
for the guy.
Yeah.
St. Bernard's got a compliance department, and they're really raising hell about people not having their houses up to code. You see the red X on that one?
Yeah?
They're going to demolish it.
Really?
Yep.
Oh.
They didn't gut it out and do what the parish wanted them to do. So guess what? You didn't gut it, we're demolishing it. If you don't clean up your property, it's $100 a day. Say the people are like stuck in Houston or wherever, and they can't get down here to have their property maintained at $100 a day. Within a month, that's $3,000. Lynn Dean said this, and I was at the council meeting when he said it, is that if they don't have the money to get the grass cut regularly, what makes you think they're going to be able to come up with a couple of $1,000s to get the house off your list? You're taking their houses from them. They don't care. In your heart of hearts, you want to say it's a move to keep the parish clean and all that. But you just know that it's another move to take the stuff away from the low to moderate income and minority people, and then have it turned over and rebuilt by those who have more. I mean, that's the way it feels. I think they don't want quote-unquote undesirables moving into the parish, such as myself and some other black folk. Well, not black, but, I don't think I'm so bad to live next door to.
When do I get to graduate out of have not into have? What does it take to be one of the elite, the comfortable, the repaired?
As the sky cleared and the wind became calmer, orange Coast Guard helicopters flew over the surrounding neighborhoods. No one came to get us. We could see the helicopters flying over where everybody's waving to them, you know, and we could hear different motorboats plugging through the neighborhood. And certain people were going and getting certain people.
So all the black people on their roofs were passed over, you think, because of their color?
They just didn't seem to want to come over in our neck of the woods and pluck us off our roof, but we could sure see them plucking people off their roof from this new subdivision that I'm in now. The only other white person in my neighborhood was not this house, but the next house. Well, somebody came and got him. And I was one more house away, and that SOB left me on my roof with my 2 dogs. I was frustrated, I was tired, I was sunburnt. Nothing to eat, nothing to drink, no cigarettes, you know? And here comes the fisherman and his wife, this little black dude and his white wife. And I started crying, and I'm like, now I'm the wrong color. What if they wouldn't let me go too? Well, these good people gave me a bottle of water. The first water I had in 3 days. I asked where we were going. The boat driver said to the Violet Canal Bridge, and the Red Cross would be there to help us. People were there on the bridge, lots of people, mostly black people, hurt, battered, bruised, hungry, thirsty, and in a state of angry panic. I sat down on the warm, dirty bridge and poured alcohol over an infected, swelling, pussing places on my foot. I asked a passerby where the Red Cross or first aid people were. I was told by an angry voice, there ain't no Red Cross, we's on our own. I found the largest group of white folks. They had been on the bridge for 2 days. They were hoarding food and water. Desperate and alone, I asked if I could hang with them. Not because they were white, but because they had food and water. They said it was okay, but, I gotta say that bad word, quote unquote, to watch out for those niggas.
I'm in this house. I'm in this house. Oh, don't worry about it.
My name is Nicholas Duplessis, and I was one of the ones who stood for the storm. And it was rough and hard for us, you know. I still see people and children running the streets. Like, my eyes is open, but I still see people hanging out, you know, because this was a fun place for us, you know. This was where everybody came together at, you know.
And I can tell you, like, who used to live where when this was white, and they all decided they didn't want to live by black people and moved out. Mm-hmm. So you'd say it was so-and-so's house, and I say, oh, no, before that it was so-and-so's house, you know? But this is a neighborhood that the parish is calling blighted. And the reason it's blighted is because they want to take possession of it and rip it down. Turn it into green space. A place where nobody can build a house forever.
And it's our home.
And every time I see them tearing down a house with a big red X on it, I think, God, they're tearing down a nest. People desperately need a place to live.
Give me some background, a little bit of what race relations are like in your section of St. Bernard Parish. How would you look at it?
I think we all got along in the back. I'm like one of the few white folks back there. I kind of stick out, right? You know?
But at the same time, there's just like white people, you know, who don't like us black people down here, you know, like the other day, you know, on the news, you know. That was a prime example.
can't rent to nobody else but the people in your family, you know? You know, one of my black peoples might want to rent something, you know, to a white person who don't have nothing.
It felt good for me to bring him up there. My daughter did it with me, and I was able to share that victory with somebody else and bring them back up.
Yeah.
I like that. Well, we're going up to the top. We're going to conquer the bridge. One thing we got to conquer. Come on, dude, we're going to do it.
It's been a while. It's been a while. I lied to you.
It was one thing that I had, you know, I made me come up here, you know, because I made a mental list of all of the things that I know I had to get over it. I empathized. I felt what he was feeling, you know, just the fear and the sadness and people laying all over the place, bleeding, dying, cursing, drinking, being jerks, being good, helping each other. Somebody got a can of orange spray paint and spray painted on the bridge. Help, need food and water and orange spray paint. They didn't bring us nothing. The dudes that were out there getting in the stores and the people that brought us stuff. The parish didn't drop off anything.
Ain't that a trip?
The firemen came down the bridge one time, I remember, on this side, and they had they wound up talking to white people, and the white people that were in the truck before me, they had given them some water and then some stuff, and said, hold on to it, we didn't know how long it's going to last. And that pissed me off.
Who did they give water to?
A white husband and wife that was up there.
And they didn't give it to everybody else?
No. And they hoarded it in the back of the pickup.
Who was this guy who did this?
One of the firemen. One of the firemen.
It was not all white people, you know, who refused us things, you know, and food and stuff, you know. It wasn't all of them, you know. It just was the few, you know. But
I was on a roof for 2.5 days with nothing. I didn't get nothing to eat or drink till I got up here. And when they picked us up, they told us the Red Cross was going to be up here. Y'all were the Red Cross. Y'all were out there getting the supplies to take care of the ones up here like me that were hurt, that couldn't go scavenging with you, you know?
No, I don't know what to say. I just was taught to just come together, you know, with anybody, you know, and love anybody. And it was a time for a lot of people to, you know, realize, you know, you're going to need help someday. I'm not going to lie, though, but they got some people that really do got love for black people, like one yourself, you know? You know, that's why my feelings is mutual, you know? I'm serious. Nah, but I mean that, though, you know?
Yeah.
There's some white people that love black people. Some black,
love everybody,
you know,
without,
love everybody,
without looking
you know?
at the color.
And right,
you know?
In God's name now.
Because
he make everything possible, you know, and I got to put him first.
Always.
You know, before this.
Always. He had his hand on us.
You know, and I'll let the world know.
You know?
This is a little, you know, relieved. Yeah, I do feel a little, you know. Just to see the place where we was, you know.
But I'm grateful to you because you saved my life. You brought me water, you brought me food, you brought me vitamin E drops and peroxide, stuff like that. You know, what y'all did saved me.
They don't look at nothing like that, though.
But you did. You're a hero. You need to own that.
But this is the bridge. This is the bridge right here, you know, where we was for the storm and we survived it, you know. Katrina aftermath. Walking on this bridge again, you know. For the second time in my life, you know. It's a good feeling.
We're going to walk off, not swim
St. Bernard Parish need to know that, you know. We here, we ain't going nowhere. I love this.
Happy couple coming home.
Yeah. I can walk better when I'm drugged, you know that?
So how does it feel?
Feels great. It's like the luckiest day of my life. I feel like I just hit the lottery.
This one says how much we're getting. This one says purpose and source of the funds, grant provisions. During 3 years, you agree not to use or occupy the property, permit use of property except as your primary residence.
Went and had the thing put under my name only. So now if I die, everybody's screwed. Because my wife likes to spend money.
And we went and we opened an account under both our names.
Until I talked to you yesterday
And then you found out that I used what was left of the income tax money. Well, I bought April's prom tickets for her. And then you decided, again, that the best thing to do, since you didn't agree with the way that I spent the money, was to lock the money away under your name.
She has 2 sicknesses. Other than that, she's the most wonderful person in the world. Sickness number 1, she can't quit smoking. They killing her, and she keeps on smoking. That's number 1. Number 2 is money. If she's got money, she is going to spend it. She cannot hold on to no money. It's got to get spent.
You know, we disagree on each of our abilities to manage money. I don't think he's the best. He definitely doesn't think I'm good at all. Right?
The money is to fix the house. I can't say, hey, let's take $5,000 out of here and go pay that loan off and tell them to go screw themselves. I can't do that. The money has got to be spent on the house.
And that's what he's afraid. Even though we've been together 20 years, handling our own separate expenses, that this would be too much money and I would be tempted to either take the money and run.
Anything is possible.
And that's the thing that I have to deal with, is that you kind of sort of trust me, but you don't trust me. You love me, but you don't trust me. He's telling me I'm going to have to go back and live in the old house, which is the house that I was in when the hurricane come. For me to heal, one of the things that I did do is turn my back on that and say I never want to live in that house again. I don't want to be there. I'm done with that. But, you know.
So are you required to live there if I go around?
3 years. Maybe it'll just have to be the way that I've been saying it's going to be. He's going to live there, and I'm going to live here. I don't want to go through that again, you know? I'm not strong enough. I don't want to go back. I want to go forward. I had no car, and I was home all day, no phone. Ollie didn't want me talking to anybody. If I wanted anything, I had to walk up to the little apartment complex. I had one friend who lived in the apartment next door to mine, and her husband was actually abusive also. Charlie was doing intravenous drugs. That's what made me make the decision to go ahead and leave him, try and do better for myself, to get him help, because he needed help in a big way. You know, it's like everything that happened before has continued to help me learn how to handle what comes next. That's, you know, like taking one piece out of the book to talk about, it's all one big chain, you know? The things that I lived through up to the storm are the preparation and training I needed to survive it. I am remaking me now. The house is starting to feel like home. This is my office as well as my closet. Like, I just put this one in the front of all the clothes because it's cheery, you know? I did the fake wall. So I got a carpet wall, and a plastic wall, and a foam wall, and I did light fixtures that I found in other people's garbage, and, you know, now there's light in the house. Whoa, light, you know? And there's things to wear. Decisions, what shall I wear today? You know, life is becoming more complex. You know, I've gotten this far doing this stuff. And I don't know if I'm doing his work or my work. Before, I felt like God had something for me to do. Well, okay, God, next step, please. But I don't have the will yet. I'm looking for the will. I don't know where it is. I would never have dreamed that I would have had the strength to do the things that I did. Can't go home. I can't go back to where I was. And nobody can.
Y'all, take out this thing. Straight kicks to the front the whole time. We've been holding up the parade.
Stop it. Oh, get the light. Let's go to the back.
The back?
Back door.
Sayonara, guys.
All right, so you're going to call me if I need to come get you?
Yeah, that's cool.
Okay, bye.
You want to get in the front with Santa?
She's doing really well in her band classes. She has an excellent band director that has seen her gifts and her potential, and he's working to get her a scholarship to college on her music, which is the only way she's going to go to college at this point. There's no money. It's gone.
And I like these a lot. I think these go best with the dress because they have the little wraparound thing.
So we decided on these shoes.
Yeah.
Jewelry's fine.
My hair.
Hair needs work.
I don't know.
So, did you find the tickets?
No.
So we should stop and look for the tickets now, right?
Yeah.
Hey, April, what you doing?
Taking headshots.
And this is how we save money on pictures from the prom?
Yeah.
What are we missing now?
Jonathan.
she's graduating. Yay, she's graduating. We found out today for sure she passed everything. She's going to walk the stage and get her diploma.
April Patience Boutwell Yang. George Alfred Broadbridge.
She's the first one out of all of us girls and all of the grandkids to actually be able to graduate and walk across the stage. It's a big family.
With honors,
So
Kelly
proud of it.
Christy Anna Bruin.
The hurricane and boyfriends and everything else.
That is so ugly. I am so old and ugly looking in that picture. When I looked at it last night, I just wanted to die. But to see my teeth are missing and my complexion's bad and I look like, that's not me. It is me, but that's not me. That's not the inside me. I feel like you're doing the videos and things, and it's like, what are these people going to see when they look at me? You know? That's what I am now. That's what's left of me. I'm sorry. I don't think I can ever go home. Home's gone. And I just have to keep doing what I've been doing all my life, is scavenging and picking up other people's leftovers and piecing together something that looks like a life. I look like I have. I look like I have this and I look like I have that. And the facade and my illusion, until I looked in the camera and looked at what I look like, okay, my imagined life is beautiful. I have nice things, but it's all fucking leftover crap that other people threw away. All my life, that's how I've had to live, is off of what other people threw away. And I'm afraid that if Louis dies before I do, that I'm going to be the next thing that gets thrown away. And I don't want to go away that way. I want to be able to die with some dignity and at least the appearance of having conquered this shit that gets thrown at you in life. I'm hurting my feet. I'm going to put the blue paint in the bucket. You want to see it?
God. Mama, that is so disgusting. Bring that back.
Nope, this is the color Daddy wants this room to be.
That is disgusting. It's going to look like a Smurf died, like somebody murdered a Smurf in the room.
Here's your color, Lou. This is what you picked.
You don't think we should add a little white to that?
Now that you're looking at it, are you loving it?
Yep, I'm loving it. I got feelings it's going to lighten up.
Paint gets darker when it dries.
The paint's darker than that?
The paint's the same color as that. This is going to roll out.
Put it on.
I'm ready to collapse, Mom. I'm tired. We haven't eaten all day. There's nothing to eat. What do you want me to eat?
We're still hitting the donation centers and getting ramen noodles or whatever they happen to be giving out.
Daddy, what are we eating tonight?
I don't know, April.
Well, what do you feel like getting?
Some food.
What kind of food?
Something that ain't bad. You heard it? That's from Carolina. When she was 5 years old, she was already 150 pounds.
Okay, we're going inside.
I'm just messing
You
with
got my
you.
way. Screw it.
Screw it. See, she's looking for a reason to go sit on her ass and not do nothing.
No, I'm looking for a reason for you not to insult me anymore. I'm sick of it.
You hurt her feelings. You do it all the time.
Everything hurts her feelings.
Every day for the last 6 weeks, he puts me in tears. He says the ugliest, meanest, cruelest things, and it's so that he can feel better about himself. I understand why he's doing it. And so that he can feel control. Pastor said the same thing. A lot of men that he's talked to in the congregation are in this, they don't have control anymore. It's gotten personal. He doesn't have any employees or people out in the world to abuse, so he's now doing it directly to his family. He isn't working anymore, so now he's here all the time, and he wants to control everything. When we eat, what we eat, when we shower, where we go, who we talk to, what we watch on TV and for how long, what time the television gets turned off at night so that he can go to sleep. My self-expression, my creativity, my freedom of will, of design, of time, how I spend my time, all of that has been stifled and boxed in, much like this room has. And I'm supposed to understand and forgive and allow my husband, as a good Christian wife, to be at the head of the family. And my daughter was living with a man who was mean and demeaning like he is. I would tell her to pack her bags and get the hell out. But under the current Katrina circumstances and my inability to be independent and take care of myself, I choose to put up with it. I don't believe what he says. I don't confirm what he says. I think he's full of shit. And I think God will get him. You know? I have it. I'm not strong and perky and, you know. This was just, they believe, caused from all of the massive infections I had. It's like I'm giving up. I'm feeling powerless.
You're going slow. Jelly beans do not go in the diabetic testing bag.
It's empty. My needle's in it from last night. I can't take care of me by myself anymore. I can't go work. I just can't. I can't do it. You know, since the hospital thing with the diabetes, my vision is, I can't, everything's fuzzy. You know, I'm looking at you and you're like this lovely fuzz person, you know? So I'm going to need to get my eyes redone. It takes money, you know? And I don't want to be dependent on my daughter and nail her down to taking care of me for the rest of my life.
It still hurts.
I'm sorry. Happy thoughts.
Yeah. Legs are tough. They can take it. It's not as sensitive as the stomach. It'll bruise. Oh well. Thank you.
So what are your plans, April?
For what?
I don't know.
For my birthday, for Christmas, for New Year's, what?
For the next year. What do you see yourself doing?
New York Times. I really do.
Kind of cutthroat.
As a photographer?
As a photojournalist.
Yeah. You want to be a photojournalist?
Yep. That's the goal. I'm taking care of her.
Ow, that really does hurt. Stop. I can return the favor. I am well enough to do that. Bitch. We speak plainly here. The students inside were dirty.
Oh, you don't put it in the box?
Now,
When you gonna do it?
in there, because I don't think it's going to fit. We have to mail April's wedding dress to her.
Oh, this ain't gonna work.
Just go away. See, that box ain't no different than our box.
Well, we need more than one
You gotta
box.
close one in though.
Yeah, just it needs to be taped all over the place.
How you send it?
Huh?
How you send it? Priority?
She was going to marry this guy, Jeff. He was from Lakeview. And after Katrina, he decided he didn't want to be with her anymore. So he left her heartbroken in Lake Charles. And we decided we were going to keep the dress and she could use it over.
But she don't want the dress to be the same as when she's gonna marry Jeff.
Mm-hmm.
But
She's going to remake it to
gonna
marry
use the
Ross.
Same
Fabric,
material and
yeah.
Redesign. Oh, okay.
I'm glad you found her somebody. I'm sad because I lost my best friend. Isn't that crazy?
Oh, please don't take pictures of this disgusting front room.
What's going on with the front room, Sue?
Nothing is going on with the front room. Go away. Go. No. Go.
My house still isn't finished, almost 4 years after.
What are you going to do with all this stuff?
Box it up and store it somewhere, which is what I begged her to do before she left. And now anything that I throw away, I'm the evil person, and I threw all my kids' crap out. Yeah, she packed everything and just put it in the truck and left. And
You think April has misgivings about this wedding?
oh no, she got her stepping stone out the door, you know. And I just wish her all the luck in the world, because she's gonna need it, because she can be one serious bitch when she don't get away. Because she doesn't understand all the shit in my life that I didn't get to do, that I had to give up so that I could give her half of a decent life. And like any parent, I'm feeling a little taken advantage of and underappreciated. But she's an adult. Soon enough she'll have her own kids, giving her hissy fits like she's giving me. It's just normal. So I can just hear all the people watching the film going, mm-hmm. If I was lucky that I've been able to stay friends with my daughter longer than most people get to. So the fact that we're even still speaking is probably a good thing. I'm unsure about that either. He's got old, beautiful eyes. Wise eyes. Can you see his eye?
Battle's not over. There's a long way to go. And truthfully, I don't know if I have the strength to hold out for the end of this battle. I'm sicker than I was before. I'm weaker. I'm more alone. They're not in the same lifeboat I am. You know, they're trying to understand, but they're not capable of knowing what it's like for me to, on the outside, be trying to fix stuff when the inside is falling apart. You know, it's like putting sheetrock on studs that are totally damaged by termites. It's not going to hold. I haven't found a purpose again since the storm. I don't know what I'm supposed to do. So I guess I am lost still. Maybe I haven't totally been rescued from Katrina.
You ready? Gone. One happy turtle.
A part of me got washed away. My contentment, maybe.
This song here is for the people who survived the storm and the people who died, you know. A lot of people we know and everything we had is gone. But in this life, you ain't promised tomorrow, so while you're living here, be strong. I know it feels bad and wrong now that New Orleans gone. But I feel like the death rate was rising and God couldn't let it go. I know you're really missing your home, but it's the time for your life to go on. Cause I know y'all realize that it'll never be the same for